is it my imagination? Are you beginning to enjoy yourself?
The magic of Merlin takes a castle load of creative people working behind the cameras. One of the creators of Merlin explains where the imaginary world began.
Looking at the legend, it's always been that Merlin is this old man with a pointy hat and a long beard. And we were thinking, well, why don't we start the legend at the beginning? Let's have a young Merlin. So we started playing around with this idea of just Merlin, this young wizard, in this land where magic was banned. And then we thought, well, why don't we have, you know, young Prince Arthur? And then we thought, well, let's bring in Uther Pendragon, let's bring in Morgana, let's bring in Guinevere. So just a magical world where you have fantastical creatures, where you can let your imaginations run wild. As a program maker, it's a great area for you to explore.
The imagination doesn't stop with the special effects. Transforming actors into monsters is the job of Marc Coulier and his team of prosthetic artists. World-class talents in the magic of makeup. They were the first choice for the producers of Merlin.
On the prosthetic side, we use Marc Coulier, who is an absolute genius. Julian and I have always wanted to work with him, but he's always been busy doing the Harry Potter films. And so when Merlin came along, we were like, right, let's call him up and stalk him.
Makeup can work wonders for a fairy, but a giant dragon is another kettle of mythical beast altogether.
The dragon was something that we always talked about being in the script, but it was something that Julian and I were very worried about, and we really wanted him. We were just thinking, how the hell do we achieve this? So we had very early discussions with the Mill. I mean, we've worked with the Mill on other shows, so we've got a very good working relationship with them. And Julian and I were going, how do we make this dragon not look naff?
The Mill is a visual effects house and post-production house in Soho. It won an Oscar for its work in the film Gladiator in 2001. And the other big show we work on is Doctor Who. They first mentioned doing a talking dragon, and we said, yeah, we bit their arm off when they said that, because if you're working this business, that's the kind of thing you really want to be doing. It's an extremely difficult challenge to make a dragon talk, because while we've done other talking characters with the bespoke facial tracking system that we've invented over the last few years, they'd normally been sort of humanoid figures, and you can make a chimpanzee talk because you can track the facial expressions of an actor onto a chimpanzee or a monkey, for example, because it looks vaguely humanoid. But a dragon, which has kind of a maw, is quite a hard one to make talk. John Hurt has one of the best voices in the acting profession today. It really helps us to have a slight exaggeration of the facial performance because it translates really well onto, you know, the model of the dragon. Well, his performances are always amazing in whatever he's in. So, you know, the dragon is another John Hurt performance. Throughout the series of Merlin, there is a cast of mythological creatures that Arthur and Merlin have to face or that pose a threat to Camelot. There are spiders, there's a griffin that attacks Camelot and villagers outside. We have a cockatrice, we have a questing beast, we have CG snakes in the second episode that come to life out of a shield. So there's a lot for people that work in our business to play with, and it's a lot of fun. And I think you obviously need a degree in mythological creatures to get to grips with some of it.
Tell me, Merlin, do you know how to walk on your knees?
No.
Would you like me to help you?
I wouldn't if I were you.
Why? What are you going to do to me?
You have no idea.
Be my guest. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'll have to throw in jail for that.
Well, who do you think you are, the king?
No, I'm his son, Arthur.
Medieval hero and heir to the throne, Arthur is the hard-fighting, rough-and-tumble action prince of Merlin's Camelot. Bradley James reveals how the crown fits.
The big appeal of the role is being able to sort of be a big kid, which is a lot of fun. I find myself quite often swinging a sword around or riding a horse or climbing a wall or doing something that's fun. And the environment's pretty good. We've got a, you know, sort of fun set of characters within the cast. Yeah, it's an enjoyable work experience.
From henceforth, you shall be crowned Prince of Camelot.
I like to describe him as incredibly misunderstood, largely due to the fact that he has a huge responsibility and there's a lot of pressure put on him by his father. And the result of that is that he has this sort of arrogant front that he puts on.
After Sophia left, I wanted to take my mind off her, so I went for a hunt.
And killing things mends a broken heart.
No, but it's good fun.
I sort of always say that Arthur's kind of the medieval sportsman, and in that respect, it sort of is something that I relate to. You know, I've been very fortunate to be able to do the show. It's, as I say, it's a lot of fun. It's, you know, you sort of, not all jobs kind of have the perks of this one. Like, the environment to work in that the producer have created is kind of terrific. And from what I don't have vast amounts of experience on this, but from what I've heard of other shows, it's not always the case with other productions. So, yes, I'm quite pleased with that one. When the show started, we didn't sort of target Australia as the place that was going to do particularly well, but apparently it has, and I got information of that firsthand by a girl who managed to ring around all the hotels in the area that we were staying in France and asking for Bradley James, and eventually she got through to the right hotel. So, hello. How are you doing? Yeah, she sort of told me the show was doing really well, and she seemed really excited about it. So I'm very pleased that it's taken off.
Still to come on Merlin, the secrets behind the magic.
This is funny. I'll show you this. This is our prop master. He was desperate to get himself into the show.
This is the council chamber / cave. And this is the man from the painting.
This is obviously my true love, Morgana's true love, because his picture is in my chambers. And I would like to point out that I'm very jealous that he gets a crown and I don't.
It's a tiara.
Oh, sorry, it's a tiara.
In series 2, which we're working on at the
Merlin
minute,
says too much.
There is a bit of a love interest coming up for Merlin.
It's time for our winter warming feast.
The theme is Christmas in July.
What a fantastic surprise.
2 challenging courses of Christmas fare.
Bring us something that sings ho-ho.
Your brain